I've got quite a few sets. I'm not sure how long we're going to go for tonight, but we're going to try. And also, I've got plenty of Christmas jokes for you. Back to doing those crazy little things. And basically, the first one is, how many letters are in the alphabet, the Christmas alphabet? The answer is 25, because there is no L. All right. I didn't say these jokes were funny. All right. So let me switch camera views so you can see what I'm doing. Let's do that. There we go. All right. So the first one we're going to do, it's set number 40107, 129 pieces, and it's just a very simple, this one, sorry. There we go. And it's got a lot of dust on it. Let me get you some information on it, like when it was created or when it was built, when it was released, whatever you want to call it. It looks like it was 2014. Boy, do I really want to open this? Yeah, I don't care. It's $25. We'll open it. All right. So, I need my knife on this one. John, I'm doing all right. So, for those who don't know, I had spine surgery, had 2 vertebrae fused together back in August. I was off work for 3 months. And so anyway, I returned. But anyway, Christmas time is Christmas time. And that's what I'm focused on. I'm not focused on dumb things that happen. So let's get this little gal built right here. I like her hockey puck, of course. This is 2014. That's how long it's been sitting. And they have come out with, since, a hockey puck thing. So, kind of funny because, well, they have a piece for that, and they want me to build a second one. Oh, shoot. I don't know if you guys hear that. I got to silence that. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Oh, what happened here? Let me get my camera back. I apologize. All right, hopefully that nonsense stops. Okay, so I don't know why. Okay, let's do this. All right, so you guys can see me now. Apologize for that. And hello, John. Appreciate you being here. Let me just silence this so the notifications do not come on anymore while doing this. Okay, there we go. If you guys would hit the like button, I do appreciate it. And I will get to comments as soon as I can. And let me just put this on the floor now that it has been silenced. Oh, that thing is annoying sometimes because no matter what, it always goes off. All right, so did you guys hear about the guy who stole the Christmas Advent calendar? Well, I heard he got 25 days. And let's see, John says, how are you feeling? Medically, I'm feeling good. The numbness is gone. I still get some pain, but as time goes on, the pain is becoming less and less. And I was in a whole lot of pain before the surgery. So having less pain and no numbness, I will call that a success, even if I don't improve any further than where I'm at now. But I probably will improve because, well, I am currently in physical therapy 2 days a week, so and it has been improving things. So I'm again, I'm hopeful that this is not the peak of everything. I'm hopeful that it actually gets better. And let's see, John, and how am I feeling about the loss of my job? Actually, I'm not feeling anything. I'm excited. I'm not feeling anything negative at all. I've been working on this channel for a little over 3 years. I have my Bricklink store, and because I kind of had a feeling that this was going to happen, I've been gearing up and buying inventory for a couple months now. So I'm actually okay with everything. So yeah, doing pretty good. And my granddaughter should be coming home here in the next couple days to my daughter. She's been visiting her dad, so I'll be able to talk to her again. For some reason, whenever her dad has her, he's a bit stingy about the time, so I'm not able to really talk to her when she's over there. Don't really like that. And let's see. John says, yeah, me too. Arthritis has been a lot less lately. That's a good sign, John. Arthritis can be a real pain. And I don't mean the pun, although there is one there. I've dealt with arthritis in my neck for years. One of the good things about the surgery is that while they're in there, they scrape all the bone spurs off your vertebrae while they're in there. So that does help with the arthritis. So I have had a lot less pain, like I said. So John says, I air fried my dinner tonight and my Instant Pot was amazing. Well, what was it? What did you have for dinner, John? And actually, speaking of dinner, I haven't had it yet. I'm half thinking about going out to eat because we've got a local restaurant and it's closed on Mondays, but today's Tuesday, so it's open. And I don't feel like cooking. I don't feel like cleaning. So maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just go out to eat. Just get me a good old dragon burger from the Pines restaurant around the corner here. Yeah. And John says, good start, that realtor thing. I'll be honest with you. I'm not really all that interested in doing that. I thought I was, but the more time that goes on, I'm not really interested in doing real estate either. I'm interested in buying it if I can afford it, but I'm not interested in buying and selling it for others. Of course, if I got my real estate license, I would not have to pay that fee to myself, just my costs. So maybe that is a good thing to do. We'll see. Let's see here. And Rue is on my bed barking for me to give her a belly rub. Hysterical. I tell her not without her tricks. Yeah. Enzo's kind of the same way. He thinks that if he's real cute and actual cute, that he doesn't have to listen. Well, bad news for him. He does have to listen. I don't care how cute he is. But actually, Enzo and I went on a walk today. I had a doctor's appointment earlier, and when I got home, we walked to the highway and picked up my trash can and my neighbor's trash can, and I brought it back to my neighbor and then brought mine back to me. So we got about, it's probably about 2,000 steps in just doing that. And I know that's not a lot, but I usually get about anywhere from 12 to 15,000 steps, or 10 to 15,000 steps a day these days. So I am fairly active. And maybe I won't go out to eat because, to be honest with you, and when I home cook, I lose weight. And that's because I know what I put in my food, to be honest. Good. Let's get you to 100K subs. That would also be awesome as ever. I want you to have the Google Play button. Oh, yeah. Well, that would be pretty cool, too. So, oil change for the Spurs. Oil change for the Spurs. Well, it does feel like somebody lubricated the inside of my neck because it's not as tight. And to be honest with you, we did the tests, and even with the neck fused, we didn't lose that much of range of motion. And my physical therapist says that if I keep working at it, I can get the full range of motion back because it was only one vertebrae that was fused. So that's good news right there. And I hope you guys are getting ready for the Christmas holiday. If you are, let me know what your traditions are. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, that's okay. I just ask that you respect the fact that I do celebrate Christmas, and that's my way of celebrating Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas and you celebrate something else, believe me, I will respect you. And whatever it is you do, celebrate it, even if it's Festivus for the rest of us, from Seinfeld. And chicken thighs for dinner. All right, well, I've got some chicken thighs I could cook up too. Okay, so this set is done. It's got a few extra pieces. I'm actually going to go ahead and throw them on, even though the instructions don't call for it. I don't mind customizing my sets. So I just threw the extra flowers on there. Okay, so here's the set all together. And set one is done. Let's see if we can. And it's got a little slide right here. I think that's pretty cool. This is not working. Okay, well, now that we have this, and I have to show you my tree. Yeah, that'd be awesome. And by the way, you're asking where the dog is at. Well, he's right here. It's in the corner sleeping. Next, we're going to build this penguin that's 244 pieces. Again, none of these sets seem to be very big. And I'll get you a year on this one because I don't know when it was released. I just kind of held on to these, and then I went through my gifts with purchases and small sets the other day. This is 2021. All right. Okay. We'll see if he listens. Enzo, come here. Yep, look at that. Got to give him a little bit of love. I can't just wake him up, tell him to come here, and then kick him out of here. Although that'd be kind of fun. No, I'm just kidding. Hi, Enzo. How you doing, buddy? He's actually improving quite a bit. He listens a lot better than he used to. I've had him now for a year and a half, so. And I estimate that he's about 4 years old, but I don't actually really know. And this set is called the Christmas Penguin. Okay, this joke is dumb. But I thought it was funny. And that joke is, why is the Grinch such a good gardener? Well, if you guessed it, congratulations. It's because he has a green thumb. Cuddle boy. Yeah, he is a cuddle boy. He's a good dog. He really is. He's still got a lot he's got to overcome. He's got to get more used to me being around. And I don't like the way the light is hitting this. Let me play with those for a second. Okay, I actually think that's a little bit better. Oh, gosh. How did one sheep greet the other sheep for the holidays? The answer is wool-tied pleadings. That is awful. But my late mother-in-law, she would have liked that joke because she used to raise sheep. So, but she passed away in May. So, yeah, can't exactly share that joke with her anymore. What is Tarzan's favorite Christmas song? It's Jungle Bells. All right, that was dumb. So anyway, like I said earlier, I'm trying to help out Bungster's Bricks by creating a display, and we're going to do the Christmas Village here, and I'm going to put all these things in there. I do have more sets out in the shop that are pretty much built and don't need anything done to them, so I'm going to bring those as well. The Home Alone house, well, it kind of took a serious beating. So it may not, because I don't think I'm going to have the time, but yeah, we'll see. Oh, so they hid. That is weird. So they put all this in there just to hide it. Okay, well, not the first time Lego's done that. The Natural Museum had bones underneath the floor, and the Police Modular had a spoon or something underneath. I can't remember, but it also had a little hidden object in there. So that's pretty common. I have developed a cough lately. I don't know what that's from. Okay, I'm just following directions here, getting this all spruced up. John, you getting ready for Christmas? And anybody else out there? And what are you doing for Christmas? And you might have noticed my A-fold t-shirt. This was given to me at the Brick Slope show back in September. Or, no, it was August, excuse me. Okay, just making sure. You see, I'm glad I did because I missed one. There we go. Mayo, how's it going? John says, very quiet time with Mom and Andrew. I'll get Rue some toys and treats, that kind of thing. Maybe get Mom some gift cards. Around here, what we do for Christmas is normally we have it at my mom and dad's, and that is the plan. We are going to have a Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve at my parents' house. So I'll be able to see the family. And it's kind of an exciting time because one of my nieces, she's due in April, so she's getting bigger and bigger. And she already has one child, and he's 5, so he'll be 6 by the time this one's born. Now let me set this aside. So yeah, it's a lot of fun seeing all the changes in people's lives in my family, and we don't get to talk necessarily every day, so a little bit of catch up here and there is always good. And I said catch up, not ketchup. All right, it's time for another joke. What kind of key do you need to put into the nativity scene? And the answer is a donkey. All right, that was dumb. Pardon me, guys. I can't do nothing about that. John says, Mayo, hey, buddy, I love raw whole eggs. Just kidding. Yeah, it's the 60s, the big party. Could you see us streaming again? Check your Instagram, Chip. Oh, all right. I actually been having trouble with my Instagram. For some reason, messages are coming through, but I'm no longer receiving the notifications. And I've checked, and the notifications are indeed activated. So I think what I need to do is just uninstall and reinstall. That's probably all that needs to happen. The app. Gal, I thought drinking water would make it better. It's just making it worse. And I will, though, after this live stream, I'll check it out, Mayo. I appreciate that. Around here, you guys, if you watched last year, you know that we got a heck of a lot of snow. This year, we haven't received a lot of snow, but we have received snow. We've got snow on the ground. I would say we probably had about 8 inches on the ground as of Sunday. But we have had 41 degree weather yesterday Fahrenheit and 41, 42 today. So a lot of the snow is gone. And instead of snow, we've got a lot of mud everywhere, to be honest. When Enzo and I went on our walk, we encountered a lot of mud. I had to wash my shoes, actually. Anyway. And he was all muddy all the way up to his little elbows. So it took me a month to get over a cold like that, coughing up phlegm for a month. Yeah. Sometimes I don't get it anymore, but when I was a kid, I used to get pneumonia just about every year and bronchitis too, off and on. And I got a pneumonia shot when I was a teen, and that actually put an end to it for several years. And then in my adulthood, I ended up getting a pneumonia shot again in my, I want to say late 20s, and that took care of it. But I haven't had a pneumonia shot for over 10 years, and they're supposed to be good for 10 years. So I'm not saying I need another one. I'm just saying that I wouldn't be surprised if I end up with something stupid like that. Are things better with the shop? The shop has been on hold. I have not done any work to it, and that's because my physical health has not allowed me to do much out there. I am getting to the point where I'm feeling strong enough to do something out there. But now that I don't have a job, I have some building materials left over to do some electrical work and to add some lights in there. But beyond that, I don't have the funds to do much else. But I will do that. Oh, and I also have insulation to finish the east wall. So, and when I get some time, I can definitely make some progress on that. And today and yesterday would have been good days to do it, but because of the weather. So we're building the penguin. Looks like that's where his arm's going to be. And John says, I'm jealous. 70 degrees right now. Yeah. 70 is a good temperature to be. If I can't sleep very well tonight, you might see me doing another late night stream because I'm trying to get that Hogwarts Express Collector's Edition train done. I think I'm on bag 16 now. There's 45 bags. It's a huge set. It's a fun one too, though. Oh, this one here is it's a 2021 Christmas Penguin set number 40498. I can't remember if this was a gift with purchase or not. I just grabbed anything that looked like Christmas. It's been nice having doors and windows open. I wished I could do that this time of year, John. I wouldn't even dare, man. We're on propane heat here, and that is, I only have a 500-gallon tank, and so I usually have to fill it once, sometimes twice during the winter. And this time of year, of course, propane prices get jacked up because, well, it's in demand. One of the things on my list is I'm trying to save some money because I want to buy 2 1,000-gallon tank propane things for the house. That way I could fill it up once during the summer when it's cheaper, way cheaper. And then I could have the heat pretty much wherever I want all winter, and it won't cost me a fortune. Right now, it's kind of cold. I supplement the heat with a space heater because I'm usually up here anyway, the highest point in the house in the loft. And so I don't need a whole lot of heat to keep it warm up here, but going downstairs to go to bed or use the restroom is it's not that fun. So, and try ginger ale. Yeah, I could do that. I'm actually thinking about going to the grocery store right after this, John. And time for another joke, and that is, why was the Advent calendar afraid? Well, the answer to that is its days were numbered. I didn't say it was funny. And John says, to Mayo, I went to Disney Springs and they had a Lego store. Very cool stuff. Is it Disney Springs, that town that was designed by Walt Disney? Can't remember. And Mayo, you have no community post. Test how engaged your subscribers are by creating a poll there. You know, that would be actually, that would be interesting to find out. I'll look into that. Thank you for the idea, sir. All right, got the penguin so far. Got his nice white chest, and yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I don't usually hear semis, but I hear a semi's air brake out there. I live pretty far from the highway, a couple 100 feet, so I don't usually hear it. Switch to natural gas. Change the change the orifice. Yeah, well, I know you're joking around, John, but to be serious, we don't have natural gas even available here. It's either electric or it's propane heat out here. Or some people do have the heating oil, but that's not too common here because not a lot of people have the oil furnaces out here. I don't know why. Okay, so this is coming along. Okay, so there we have it. We've got a penguin, and they want us to, I'm not quite sure I understand. There we go. So he spins. And they want us to put a gift down. I'm thirsty for candy posts. Well, it's better than thirsty for other things. I'm just joking with you, man. I got you. I understand what you meant. Just like to have a little fun. Oh, and let you guys know, I have not forgotten my promise to build a giant Avengers Tower. In fact, I now have 7 of them. So I don't know how many it's going to take. I need to just play around with the landing platform because the Quinjet needs to fit on there. That's the only requirement I have for this build. And I will be starting that here in the next week or two. I'm sitting up here building, and I can hear Max on the floor. He's snoring. And if you guys don't know, Max is my larger, well, he's my son's larger-than-life cat. When I mean larger than life, I mean about 20 pounds larger than life. Okay, so that goes there. Spencer's gone right now. Spencer went back east to visit some friends, and as a result, it only took Max less than 24 hours to start kissing up to me because he doesn't like being alone. And now that Spencer's not here, he needs someone to kiss up to, and I guess that's me. Okay. So, here's that one. Set number 40498, along with this one. And we still got more to go. What shall we do next? I've got 2 Christmas trains. You know what? Let's do a Christmas train. Let's do the, I think this one's the older one right here. Let me give you some information on this, because I don't even know. This was released in 2015. It's called the Christmas Train Limited Edition 2015 Holiday Set. Awesome. All right. Sounds like a perfect candidate to be opened. About 200 pieces, not a very long build. If you can schedule live streams well in advance, you can schedule post links to your community post an hour before you go live, and that'll be an extra notification. Subscribers will see. I appreciate that. I admit I have not been regularly scheduling things. In fact, I haven't been scheduling anything. But I do hope to be able to get back to a regular schedule here soon. Very soon. The problem is I've got a lot of doctor's appointments right now because I got other health problems that have reared their ugly head that I'm not ready to talk about. So just doing the best I can to keep my head above water right now and above the pavement, above the dirt. Just kidding. It's not that bad. Nothing I have is that serious, I don't think. Although I did have some tests done today, and that'll give me a really good idea about what's going on once those test results come back. And that does have the potential to be something seriously wrong. But because it only has the potential, I'd rather not mention it. If the results come in and there are some findings that are negative, I will share some of that, if not all of it, with you. But I don't want to raise the alarm, so we'll leave it there. Oh, gosh. Where did mistletoe go to become famous? The answer to that is Hollywood. That's pretty dumb. Then why am I telling the joke? Because I like it. What do you get when you cross a pig and a Christmas tree light? You get a piglet. These are pretty dumb. Mayo, how's it going? I think I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask anyway because I'm not sure. I'll be honest with you. I talk to a lot of different people from day to day, and sometimes I have the tendency to mix the memories up. In other words, someone will tell me something, and after a couple of days, I can't remember who told me, and so my brain tries to make sense of it and will assign that memory to somebody else, even though it didn't ever happen. And I know that. So that's why sometimes I ask questions over again. So my question is, the last time I talked to you, you were getting ready to move. Did the move happen, sir? And if it did, how are you liking the new place? And I'm building the Viking Village for Christmas. That is a great, excellent build. I really enjoyed the Viking Village. I won't give it away, because if you haven't built it yet, then I'll leave it to you to build it and find out what's in it, but I liked it. And I've already put out a video, actually, on that, reviewing it. Excuse me. What is a lamb's favorite Christmas carol? And it's Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And it's Mary, M-A-R-Y. And let's see. Mayo says, I'm enjoying the new house. More room for Lego. That's why. And you know what? That is a great thing to have. And I will say this too about my shop. Even though I only have one wall insulated, the shop tends to be between 5 and 7 degrees warmer than the outside. So I can only imagine it'd probably be closer to 15 degrees or so warmer than the outside without a heat source if I had all the walls insulated. And for those who are interested in how Mrs. Chip is doing great. She is currently awaiting official orders to find out when she leaves Korea and where she goes next. Because it's not official, I will not share, but we have heard rumors. So hopefully soon, that will be a thing of the past. It will not be a rumor. We'll have actual idea or, concrete orders that say you are going here next. But as far as Mrs. Chip goes, if the Army keeps their word and it's just a 1-year tour, she should be coming home mid-January, beginning of February, which isn't that far away, actually. Look at that. I'm working on vehicles because I can't work on the city. Oh, can I ask why you can't work on the city? Nothing wrong with vehicles. I mean, there's a lot of Lego vehicles. And oh, by the way, since we're talking about vehicles, what is your favorite width of vehicle? I mean, Lego's made anything from the 4 wides in the 80s to 6 wides, some 8 wides, and even some 10 wides, like the long hauler and one of the camper RVs is 10 studs wide. I'm just wondering what you prefer. John, I thought she was coming home after Korea. I have no idea, John. She's not coming here. She's got 3 years left, and so she's got to serve somewhere. And I'm not sure. If she goes stateside, I might, now that I don't have a job, I might just join her wherever she's at. But I don't want to just throw away this channel and not continue it especially after all the work I put into it. So if I do follow her to wherever she is at, some consideration is going to have to be given on how the channel can continue. Because I'm not moving all my Legos. I'm not. No way. You can't throw away the house. Yeah, I wished I could. 4 wide because I'm an A fool. Okay, well, I'm an A full, not an A fool. No, I'm just kidding. I heard you, man. There is some really cool 4 wides, 4 stud wide cars. I like the old police cars that are 4 stud wide, and the little racers they had, a little Grand Prix or whatever they called it. Lego did a pretty good job of those, to be honest. So, yeah, it could be interesting. And John, I don't want to sell the house. That's the other consideration. I've just put too much work in this place to go anywhere, and I cannot afford a professional moving crew, and I am sick of moving. So that kind of dictates some of my terms right there. So I don't know. And there's always compromises. Like I could always tape a bunch of videos in advance, like 2 weeks in advance, post them and schedule them, and then take off and see Mrs. Chip for 2 weeks. That could be a possibility too. So if I don't move with her, maybe that can happen. Don't know. But her and I, that's kind of putting the cart before the horse, though, because if you don't even know where she's going, then talking about all this really doesn't make any sense, really. I mean, kind of, because if she goes like Italy, none of this is going to be, or there's even places in England to go. If those places are chosen by the Army, then you can forget everything, because I can't afford a plane ticket. I might be able to go see her once or twice while she's out there, but I am certainly not going to be able to afford to go out there on any sort of regular basis. If she's stationed somewhere in the States, she might be close enough that, like, for instance, Colorado. If she gets stationed there at Fort Carson, that's 8 hours from me. I can easily just fuel up and drive out there and stay there for a couple weeks, and then it's even cheaper than a plane ticket. And that opens up a lot of possibilities. So, yeah, 4 wide is because I'm an A fool. Yeah, I read that. Sorry. An old fan of Lego, Mayo says. You would have to take Enzo with you. Not necessarily. my son Spencer's living with me now. And when I went to the show this weekend at the Children's Discovery Place Museum, Spencer, he was with me, or not with me, he was here, and he was taking care of the chickens. He was taking care of the dog and that kind of stuff. So as long as Spencer lives with me, I wouldn't have to. And I think Spencer likes it when I'm gone. So that way he gets a lot more personal space. I'm shaving, then going to IKEA. Be right back. Well, IKEA is awesome, dude. I didn't know they had IKEA in Australia. Of course, I've never been to Australia, so I mean, me not knowing something about Australia, I mean, it's kind of a given. I do hope to visit there one day, though. But if she goes to like Fort Carson, I would be able to bring Enzo though, because that's not too far of a drive. Just let him out once in a while, and he'll be fine. The Bairu is healed from her twisted leg. Oh, I didn't know she did that. How did that happen, John? Was she just fooling around and twisted or something? I mean, this is dumb. What's green, covered in thistle, and goes ribbit, ribbit? It's a mistletoe. Yeah, I didn't say these jokes for funny. I just printed them off the internet, and I used to do that a lot in my live streams, and I kind of got away from it. But I figured there's got to be some Christmas jokes around here, so I just went ahead and printed them off, and randomly I'm telling them to you guys. Hopefully they're not too dumb. Wow, it's funny. The front side of me is warm because I have got a infrared heater over there, but the back side of me is cold because it's facing the outer wall here, and it's just cold. So one side is sizzling and warm, and the other side is not warm. To have that sort of contrast going on is a little weird. Was leaning back in my office chair. She was on my chest. It was 6 a.m. and a call came through, scared her, jumped off my chest, and she landed on the floor wrong. Yeah, sorry to hear that. I'm not trying to outdo your story, John, but many years ago when I was in high school, we had a cat. He was a Siamese cat. His name was Biff, named after the character on Back to the Future. That was my mom's favorite movie, still is her favorite movie. Anyway, I'm getting off topic, so let me get to it. Biff was a very adventurous sort of cat, did a lot of crazy stuff. And we had a patio roof, and it wasn't that high off the ground, maybe only 6-7 feet, because it slanted away from the house. And by the time you got to the edge, it was probably about 6 feet, maybe 7. And my dad had barbecued that night, and he left the lid of the barbecue open to have it cool off faster. And it wasn't like still really, really, really hot, but the grill was still warm enough that the cat jumped off the roof, jumped onto the barbecue grill, and seared his pink little paws and black lines like a barbecue. Took him about a week to heal up. I'm not thinking it's that funny, but I guess you just had to be there, and it's been a while, so it's funny now. It wasn't funny when it happened. Ooh, $300 in x-rays. That must have hurt poor cat. Yeah, it did. He just laid around for a little bit, for a few weeks. Okay, so we got that done. Since we did one train, let's do the other. And this is set 40262, and let me get you some information on that. 40262, Christmas train ride, released in 2017. Are you kidding me? Wow, I can't believe it's been that long. These are some old sets, guys. And this one, the box has a spot to put the person's name if you're going to stick this underneath the tree for them. Anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. And if you guys would, please hit that like button if you haven't already. Okay, dumb joke, but I'm going to say it anyway because I'm in the mood to tell dumb jokes. What is the best Christmas gift you can ever get? The answer, a broken drum, because it can't just be beat. And I have nothing but dad jokes. I'm sorry, guys. If you were looking for a real comedian, they're not here. Just got a rip-off comedian, that's me. Okay, she's got the white glove treatment going on. Now we're going to stick a face on this girl. Kind of reminds me of the old pinball game, Cyclone. If you guys have ever seen that, it's got President Reagan in a roller coaster with Nancy Reagan in the very front car of the roller coaster. And the computer would say, "Hey, you with a face," which is everybody. There you go. And then when you used to get the ball into a certain little contraption, it was a little Ferris wheel that would spit out the ball in random places across the board there. And it used to say, "Ride the Ferris wheel." I love that game. In fact, my oldest sister, she liked that pinball game so much that her and her husband actually ended up buying it. They got an old copy of it, and it needed to be repaired a little bit, but they had a friend who repaired it. And he repaired stuff like that. So, sorry, just an old memory that brought up John. Hey, you with the face. All right. Well, let me get back to building. We're building a little booth here that goes with the Christmas train. And I also can't wait for December 21st, because that's when the Earth's rotation gets to a certain point where here in the Northern Hemisphere, the days will start getting longer again. About 2 minutes every day, a minute in the morning, a minute in the afternoon. And I really like that time of year because you know that even though it's cold, that warmer weather is on its way. And if you guys don't know this about me, I'm actually a big fan of star constellations and space-related things. Space is always fascinating me, and it mainly fascinates me because If you didn't know, space is always expanding. Nothing is concrete in space. And that fascinates me, that how vast and big space is, how many stars there are, how they all interact with each other. Some don't interact at all. Some collide, some die, some are born. It's just a really good subject, I think. And the fact that we don't know much about it, we really don't, also fascinates me. Okay, here's a little Christmas stand. I thought this was supposed to be a Christmas train. Am I wrong about that? Looks like there's a couple booths. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have any family visit me for Christmas, I think, because I think my kids are, I think they're doing their own thing this year. And with Mrs. Chip not being here for Christmas, I don't think we're going to have any festivities at the house. I think the dinner that I mentioned earlier at my parents' house will probably be the extent of it. Because no one's coming to visit, I'm not even going to put up a Christmas tree, man. Because that just means I got to take it back down. And I don't want to buy a tree either. Seems like kind of a waste. And it's not a case of bah humbug either. It's just practicality for me. Okay, so and the second booth is done and created. Let me see if I can get going on the actual train. Helps if you don't throw your pieces around. Okay, so this is actually a much simpler train and smaller train than the other one we just did. That doesn't make it bad. John says, mine is an instant tree folded up and put it away. That's awesome, dude. I never heard of an instant tree. I'll check that out because certainly sounds easier than what I've got. I've got an artificial tree that, we've got a bazillion ornaments for it. And the ornaments don't really match each other because over the years we've had different cats and animals, and I don't know what it is with animals and Christmas trees, but they don't mix and they don't like leave them alone. So so we got to build 2 of these cars. Let me I felt that on my arm. Maybe I'll watch Mr. Baseball tonight. I love that movie. Mr. Baseball, I've never heard of that. Who's in it? The only thing I know about baseball is the movie What About Mary? Have you seen my baseball? And I know that's not exactly family friendly, so I'll leave it there. We'll say no more commentary about that. God dang, What About Mary? Geez, I remember watching that. I was working for the newspaper back then, and that was, God dang. I worked for the newspaper, started working at newspapers a few months after I got married in 1996. Wow. And I quit there in 2004. So I worked there 7, almost 8 years. And that's when I watched that movie, What About Mary? Plays baseball in Japan, Tom Selleck. It's a classic. Okay, all right. Well, I'll look it up because I have never heard of it. Doesn't mean I'm against it. I mean, why shoot? I learn a lot of good things from good people like John, and new things. Oh, while I was recovering from my surgery, my son got me to watch the series The Boys. And oh man, that is it's about superheroes that just say behave very badly. And I did not find it all that funny, to be honest. There were parts that were funny, but overall, I thought it was pretty tasteless. And I'm not really into tasteless things. I did like how the gal from Adventures in Babysitting was the CEO of that company in the beginning. Of course, she is not in the end of the show, but I recognized her instantly, even though it's like 40 years later or whatever it is. I knew exactly who it was. And it was kind of fun because when I watched it with my son, I was able to give him a little culture lesson of how things have changed over time and how she did that movie, and was able to find a couple clips on YouTube and show it to him. So and things have changed quite a bit, to be honest. You know, the one where you had to get out of in order to get out of there, you had to sing the blues. And she sang the Babysitting Blues, which was a made-up song. That was pretty funny, actually. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. All right. So this set is complete. We've got the holiday train itself. Got a Christmas tree. We got a booth. And we got a little signpost, a little picnic table, extra pieces, and we're going to shove that aside because I am not done yet. Okay, next we have Santa's Workshop, and this has got quite a bit of dust on it. So I set 40565. Let me get you the information on that. And yes, I am going to update the description after this is done, just so all these sets are on here. This was released in 2022, so it's only a year old, and it's already have Enzo hair on it. 329 pieces, so this is going to be a little bit longer of a build. Hopefully you'll stick with me because I certainly want to get all this done. Because everything I finish tonight gets put in Bungster's Bricks, which if you guys haven't been there and you're local to Utah, it's a store on Washington Boulevard in Ogden. Oh, it's got 2 stickers. Okay. All right. Here's a really dumb joke for you. Oh, let me finish my story first. What am I doing? Yeah, Bungster's Bricks is on the bottom floor of a building that has other businesses in it. Anyway, she's got bulk tables where you fill up a little Chinese takeout looking thing. And it costs like $15-16. I don't remember exactly. Don't hold me to it. It might be $1 or $2 more. I don't remember. Okay, now for my dumb joke. What is Santa Claus's favorite state in the U.S.? And the answer is Idaho. And seeing that I live in Idaho, I find that amusing. Okay, so we got Santa, and we got an elf on this one. And now we need to start the actual build. I could do 3 more sets after this one. I'll have to judge that once I get there, and whether I really want to keep going or not. And it's nothing against you guys. So I have a very full schedule, and I've still got a few videos to edit tonight before I can go to bed. And I don't want to be up too late because I've got a physical therapy appointment, and my physical therapist is really good to me. Make sure that they work the heck out of me, and they're supposed to. So, but I don't like doing that tired. It's not that fun. So, I can't be up too late. I'm hoping I'm not, but if I can't sleep, I will do another live stream. Just all depends. It's funny to see Enzo just laying on the ground. Just like a dog, he sleeps like 20 hours a day out of the 24, and I'm just kidding. Pretty much does, though. That's not fun. I wonder why dogs always have energy. They sleep all the time. But yeah, I'm going to go to the local grocery store and get something to eat rather than going to the restaurant. That way I can fix myself up something real quick and keep it semi-nutritious. And that's one thing I've been thinking about a lot, guys. I've mentioned weight loss before, but I never really got serious about it. Today I was on my exercise bike for a little bit, and I plan on being on it every other day for a while, seeing if that won't help me with some weight loss, and then focusing on nutrition by not going out to eat. The one thing that's helped me with my health is cooking from scratch as much as possible. And when I do that, I'm not hungry, and the weight just comes off very easily. The problem is when I do shows, it's almost impossible to continue that routine. I do go out to eat, and I gain weight very quickly doing that. So it's a push-pull sort of situation. And yeah, the fewer times I go out to eat, the better off I am. That's for sure. All right, I feel like it's time for another Christmas joke. How does Christmas Day end? And the answer is with a letter Y. What falls in the winter but never gets hurt? And the answer is snow. But yeah, I've got Winter Elves Scene. I've got so these are the next few sets that I have available to build tonight. The Winter Elf Scene right here. I've got the Wintertime Carriage Ride and the Christmas ornaments. I'm kind of don't want to do the Christmas ornaments because I don't know how I'd fit that in a village type setting. So that one's probably off the table for tonight. But the other two, they're right up there with what I'm doing. So good possibility I'm going to do those tonight. Well, cool. Looks like I'm down to one watcher. No, I'm just kidding. That's probably a fluke on the end of what do you call it, YouTube, because it does that a lot. And then I know a couple people who are watching, so it's not just one. But anyway, that's just the way that is. All right. Hey, John, if you're still there, will you say something in the comments? But if you're not still there, I guess I won't hear from you. All right, so this is the board with all the Christmas gifts on it, looks like. Clean shaven now. Yeah, I think I need to take your advice on that. Okay, so this goes here. Welcome back, Mayo, by the way. I should have said that earlier. Oh, does it not get it? Oh, it did get it on both sides. I didn't pay attention. Let me put that on there. What was that, Jeff? I missed what you said. Oh, no, I just wondered if you were still there, John, because for a while there, YouTube said one person watching, then it said 0, and I figured you were still here at least, John. And I also know that my son Spencer's most likely watching. So I knew I had a couple people out there, and I didn't know if Mayo was still there. He said he was coming back. But YouTube does do this funny thing where the count is not always right where it should be. So, yeah. Mayo, I look totally different on my next live stream Friday if you want to keep building Advent calendars. Yeah, I'm actually going to do a release every day of that, but I've got plenty of other stuff I can do, man. I can build a whole bunch of things, to be honest. I'm looking over here at my pile of Lego sets. I've got quite a few over here that could use some TLC. And I hate stickers. Just always have hated stickers. Still here, live and kicking. All right, Mayo, have fun, just not too much. I'm liking this set so far. Well, there's Max. He's awake now, so he's no longer breathing like Darth Vader in his sleep. And for those who don't know, Max is my nearly 20-pound, well, he's my son's cat, but oh, come on. Stop doing that. And like I said, I think this is a pretty neat little set. I like the detail going into it. It's always nice to see a set or two like this. And this is an older one. This is only a year old, but some of these other ones, like the other Christmas train that I pulled out, was I think 2017, if I remember right. So I've got some older gifts with purchases and that kind of thing that I just never opened. And well, no time like the present to open presents, right? And then we got some. Oh yeah, I forgot. I've got other bags. I was over here freaking out because I'm like, this is a lot of empty space, and then I realized I got more bags over there. Oops, wrong one. Let's see, what is this? 153 pieces. Not that many. Well, not this one. I'm sorry. I was looking at the Wintertime Carriage Ride, which is one of the more recent gifts with purchases. And perhaps I should build my gift with purchases more often. I usually don't have time to do them. The only reason I have time is that I'm making time because I want to help out Bungster's Bricks in Ogden, Utah. Oh, and just a little side note, in case you didn't know, is that the lug I belong to, Nut Lug, Northern Utah Lego User Group, they are hosting robotics classes at Bungster's Bricks, I think starting in January. And it is to help kids know how to do the sumo bot wrestling. And I think the cost is $20, if I remember right. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, I'm going to teach them how to build the robots, how to program the robots, all that good stuff. And it's one class a month for 3 months, so 3 classes. And at the very end, there will be a challenge to put those sumo bots against each other and to wrestle. See if they can push each other off the platform. So yeah, we just opened bag number 2 on this one. So moving right along, there is only 2 sets of bags. So this set is going to be complete here after this bag. Ouch. I hate when a little bit of skin gets caught in between Lego bricks when you push down on them. It pinches it. That hurts. Let me know if you guys have ever done that one. That's no fun. All right, we need another joke. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I did not review these before the show tonight, so oh my gosh. What is the Grinch's least favorite band? The answer is The Who. So I'm sorry. That is pretty dumb, but I love it. That is my sense of humor 1,000% right there. And what's a dog's favorite song? It's Bark, the Herald Angels Sing. Oof, I gotta be careful with these. These dark red are, I stressed it when I pushed down on it. It was about ready to, this color is known for being very brittle. Now, Lego claims they fixed it, but I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think they have. Hey, good evening, Steve. How you doing, buddy? It's been a while since I've seen you. Of course, it's been a while since I've been on here too, so that's my bad. And I've been telling really bad Christmas jokes tonight, Steve, if you've missed those. Who delivers presents to baby sharks at Christmas? And the answer is Santa Jaws. Okay. Okay, did you hear about when Santa got stuck in a chimney? He was feeling a little claustrophobic. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, that's wrong. We got to flip this around. So I do plan on, like I was saying earlier, I do plan on doing the Avengers Tower challenge with the making it big enough to fit the Quinjet on there, and that's the Quinjet that's about, I'd say about 14 to 15 inches wide. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, that's coming up here soon on my live streams. And what kind of motorcycle does Santa ride? And the answer is a Harley Davidson. I know a quick way to get thrown off of YouTube. Is to start telling inappropriate Michael Jackson jokes. No one's ever heard those before. No, I'm just kidding. Those are a dime a dozen. If you want to hear something funny, I do warn you it's not appropriate for some audiences. Just Google Larry the Cable Guy Christmas carols. and something should come up, about a 5-minute video. And just be prepared to hear some stuff that is politically incorrect. Steve, how have you been? You staying out of trouble? And if you're not staying out of trouble, I would dare say you're doing whatever you're doing right. And I used to like telling my nieces and nephews when they were younger, I used to like telling them, don't do anything I wouldn't do. That's not a very long list, but just don't do it. They used to always look at me like I was crazy. Steve says, I'm doing okay. I had a major disaster occur in my city. I'm replacing all the cheap Chinese base plates I built my roads on. Last Wednesday night, they started to separate. Oh, were they cracking or what? Tell me more, a little bit more about the experience of what happened there. I'm genuinely interested because I have some of those Chinese 10 by 10 inch square base plates. I like them. I haven't had them very long, so I haven't had any problems with them. But if those are the same ones, I'd like to know before I go investing any more into them if they're going to be a problem in the future. What is Santa's favorite type of music? And the answer is gift wrap. And Steve, if I remember right, is it, I can't remember if it's you or Richard that is now doing some YouTube showing their city or something like that. It might be Instagram. But if it's you, Steve, feel free to tell us a little bit about it. I'm always looking at I always like looking at other people's creations. Sometimes I get inspiration from other people, to be honest. There we go. We are almost done with this guy. And for anybody who might have came in a little bit later, this is the 2022 set. It is set 40565. And I believe this was a gift with purchase. Most of these tonight are ones that were gifts with purchases. And yeah, I just realized I made a major mistake. Let me fix that real quick. There we go. I guess it's not that major. But I've got 2 more sets after this one I can build, and those are the Wintertime Carriage Ride that just came out as a gift with purchase, and then this older one, Winter Elves Scene. I actually have more, but I didn't bring them here, so they're out in the shop, so I'm not gonna even try to fool around with those tonight. Let's see. I didn't do that right. Oh, and I won't say anything till it's announced, but till it's final, I should say. I was able to tentatively work out a deal with somebody for some 1x2 trans blue, light blue tiles, and that's for the water area in front of the beach on my my city. And if that goes through, I'll be trading some gifts with purchases for that. But like I said, I don't have the bricks in my hands, nor has anything been, other than the idea discussed, there's been no details worked out. So I don't want to, when I have them in my hands, then it's a whole other story. I'll make the announcement of how I got it, who I got it from, and all that. But I'm always trying to work on things to get it to work, to get pieces for my city in a cheap fashion or cheaper fashion. All right. I love these little miniature guys. Okay, and like that, it is done. And they give you a lot of little extra pieces. They don't have the small gap between them when they printed together like Lego plates do. They cause modular building mills to misalign, creating noticeable. Oh, okay. All right. That is an issue. And not one that would be acceptable to me. Sorry you're going through that, Steve. Okay, so here's the little workshop going. Yeah, these have been sitting for some time. Let's get some information on this guy. 40564, the Elves Scene, Winter Elves Scene. Boy, I can't even talk. Okay, this is just 2022, so this is only a year old. Not that old at all. 361 pieces, 2 minifigures. All right, well, let's get going on that. Steve says later that night, plates begin to snap off and even destroyed a few. Oh, really? Oh, dang, man, that's brutal. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I guess one way to tell if they're gift with purchases does not come with the QR code. And so far, none of these have come with QR codes. So I think these are all gift with purchases. Just as a side note, I really need to get a trash bag up here and clean up all these bags on the floor. Good thing you guys can't see it. I'd be kind of embarrassed. But only kind of. Okay, so let's do this set. Like I said, I just got some Christmas type sets broke open. These are going to be displayed at Bungster's Bricks. That's a independent Lego reseller shop in Ogden, Utah. It is kind of far from me. It's about an hour and 20 minutes from where I live, but Bungster's Bricks has been really good to me. They allowed me to display my 7'4" inch tall Daily Bugle in their shop before it was entered into a contest to get the word out there that it existed. So I'm grateful for them for that. And they've also been good to me by, when I was building the Daily Bugle, I needed some gold parts and some pearl gold, and they had it, and they had it in their bulk. So I was able to get it for a relatively cheap price to finish the building. Had it been not for them having that, I would not be able to have finished it on time for the contest. So really grateful for them and what they've done for me. So I try to help them out where I can, and the way that I can help them out right now is by providing a winter village. I will not mention names. She had somebody else lined up to do the winter village, and they did not come through. And so at last minute, she's scrambling because she has the space for it, but no one to help her. So I stepped up and decided to put my stuff on display there. Never going to use them again. Genuine Lego or nothing. And you know something, Steve? I've gotten criticized. I'm not going to say by who, because I don't want to give anybody a bad name. But I was criticized for being a Lego purist to the nth degree. And I am, but I'm not. I will buy minifigures that are not Lego. And that's because there's a lot of cool figures that Legos just doesn't make or will not make, depending on the subject matter. Other than that, though, I am 100% genuine Lego guy. And I see nothing wrong with it because the quality of Lego does tend to be better than these off brands. Not always, but in most cases. Plus the fact that my issue with other brands is that when they reproduce a Lego set, they did not put the money in marketing and research and development, and they're essentially committing intellectual fraud and theft. And I do have a problem with that. I mean, in the case of the base plates, no, there's not intellectual fraud or theft. I get that. But I'm talking about, as we all know, the old manufacturer of off bricks that no longer is in production, Leppin, they would just straight up steal Lego sets that were still in production, and they would produce them themselves and then release them. And that bothered me because that's not being honest. Some of the other sets that are out in the shop that I want to display, and some of these don't need a whole lot of repairing, and that would be the Home Alone house. Even though it is particular to a movie, it fits great as a winter village because all the snow around it. I have the old firehouse, and that pretty much made it all in one piece. I have the Santa's workshop. That one, some of the roof pieces came off, but I don't think that's that hard of a fix. And if I've got some time tonight, I'll do it, and then it'll be ready for tomorrow, and it can be displayed in her store. So I've got quite a bit besides what I'm doing here, which we've done 1, 2, 3, 4. This is set number 5, and I'm doing one more after this. So got quite a bit going on, to be honest. It's pretty cool. And I think the shelf that she has is only like it's I think 2 foot by 3 foot. It's not huge. So this is going to be a lot of things kind of packed in there. Oh, Lepin's still in business? Okay. I haven't seen any sets by them. I used to see them all the time. Lepin is still stealing Lego original ideas, and that's exactly why I don't like them. I mean, if you got your own great ideas, feel free to put them out there. But if you have to just straight up go to somebody's designs that they put all the money into developing and just steal it, I mean, I don't know how you can argue that it's not wrong. I mean, I've heard people on the internet, well, Legos cost too much. Well, yeah, you get a higher quality product in most cases, so it's going to cost money. And plus, they got to market and advertise and all that. So, I mean, you know, they're putting all the work into it. They should get 100% of the reward, in my opinion. I can't remember which company it was, but there was one company that got in trouble because they were copying the Lego sets that were Star Wars. And Disney, of course, they're very protective of their brand. And they went after that place that was doing that. And I messed up. I can't remember the name of the brand, but I have a friend who works for Disney, which is how I heard about that. It was a company in China. I remember that. Of course, that's no big surprise, right? Well, I had a great time at the show this weekend. We did a show at the Children's Gateway Discovery Museum. I probably got those words out of order, but it's all those words are in the title of it. It's a great venue. We were set up there with my dad's group. My dad's group is the NMRA, the National Model Railroad Association. And so I got to spend time with my dad, have lunch with him a couple times. And he was in the same room with me. So we were able to talk and make inappropriate jokes like we always do. And had a great time. And a couple of his friends were there and they all know me. And so we were joking back and forth. And I was able to go to the Lego store in Farmington, Utah, Farmington, Utah. It's the Farmington Station store. We went there and stood in line. It was December 1st, so I got the Orient Express on the day it was released, and I stood right there, like on the edge of our display. We put a table, and I was building the Orient Express right there at the show, and it was really cool because there was a kid who knew that it just was released. And he's like, oh my gosh, Dad, look at that. The kid was like only 10 years old. He goes, this is the one that was released today. And yeah, sure enough, I was sitting there building it. Had a great time. I was editing that video to be released tomorrow. I'm hoping that I will have the time tonight to do that. As you can tell, I got a lot of plans. I just got a limited amount of time on whether I can really get it done or not. But I'm hoping I can, and hoping I can release it. And if I'm able to, then, and if not, it'll be the next day. But I'm working on video and stuff from the show. I think it was a great show. This is the third year that we've been invited there as a lug. And I hope we get invited there in the future. I said past. I don't know what the heck I'm thinking. Actually, I know what I'm thinking. Thinking about dinner. I'm hungry. At this point, I'm even willing to go for one of those little deli sandwiches at the grocery store. I probably won't though, because I don't need to be eating that stuff. Well, this is almost bag 1 done. We've got two bag number 2s. And then we'll have this one in the bag. Yeah, I'm aware it's a bad joke. Speaking of bad jokes, what do you call a bankrupted Santa? Saint Nicholas. All right, building another elf here. I do like the elves. They're using the shorter legs. And if you guys didn't know, these shorter legs were created specifically for the character Yoda. And that's been many years now, but that's how that came about, was that they weren't sure how they were going to make a Yoda character because all the legs were too long. And so the idea was, well, just shorten the legs. And so they have, and they've used them in Harry Potter and many, many other sets now. I think it's pretty cool. I also like Grogu, better known as Baby Yoda. I like how he's a miniature little baby size little guy, even smaller than Yoda. Okay, so we got a little sled going. Okay, I'm probably going to get some flack for this one, but who is Santa's favorite singer? And the answer is Beyonce. And I actually got to flip the page over because I already told you guys a whole entire page of jokes throughout this live stream. Hope you've enjoyed the jokes. I've enjoyed telling most of them, even though I will admit several of them are pretty dumb. But that's what makes them funny. I'm not even telling that joke. That's so dumb. Do you know how what Santa uses to wash his hands and clean his sleigh? It's Santitizer. Yeah, I know. Pretty bad jokes. I'm surprised my camera going on 2 hours. I'm surprised my camera's still working because my camera, I need to get a new battery for it. The camera I bought when I first started my channel, and been doing the channel for over 3 years, and I've used a lot. So the battery's kind of lost its little bit of its capabilities. It doesn't stay charged as long as it used to. But actually, it says it's doing pretty good. So count your blessings while you have them, right? So what we're building here is actually trees. I'll turn it around so you can see it. Of course, it helps if I don't break the Lego pieces while I'm at it. So yeah, we're building little trees here. What did Santa Claus say to Mrs. Claus when she asked about what the weather was? And he says, "It looks like rain, dear." Do you know how Santa measures his bag? Well, the answer is in centimeters. I never claim these jokes were funny, guys. I'll tell you that. Sometimes they do make me laugh because I got an odd sense of humor, but ain't all that funny either. Let's see. What's another joke? Okay. This one's actually, in my opinion, funny. How do we know that Santa's good at karate? And the answer is because he has a black belt. All right. That was pretty dumb, but funny. All right, we're almost done with this set. As my high school teacher, Mr. Gretasoff, used to say, moving along at a feverish pace whenever we got off topic. That's what I'm saying right now to myself because, well, yeah. Oh, let's go for another one. Why does Santa work at the North Pole? The answer is penguins kicked him out of the South Pole. That's bad. All right. What is Santa Claus's nationality? And it's North Polish. Yeah, nothing but dumb jokes, guys, but unfortunately in this world of political correctness, you can't tell most of the funny jokes. Well, not without getting demonetized or booted off this platform, so I will refrain from stating anything offensive or that can be even taken as offensive. And if you find offense on these kind of jokes that I'm telling you, do me a favor and rethink your life. Because these are about the most generic jokes I can come up with. Anyway, that's just my personal opinion. You can have a different one than mine. I don't care. How much does Santa pay for his sleigh? And the answer is nothing because it was on the house. Oh, man. I really needed that. All right, looks like we're building a Christmas tree next. Let's go to be a part of this set. Oh gosh, what's the difference between Santa Claus and a knight? And the answer is one slays a dragon, the other one drags a sleigh. That's pretty bad. Okay, so I got to build 2 of these that I'm doing right now. And means. Let's go for another joke. Why did Santa's helper start going to therapy? And the answer is because he had low elf esteem. See, I messed that joke up. I can't even read a joke. What do Santa's helpers learn in school? And the answer is the alphabet. Oh, did I do that wrong? No, I did not. Okay. All right. Let's continue right along. What do you find on an elf's Instagram account? And that's a lot of elfies. What is an elf's favorite candy? And that would be ornaments. And what do you call an elf that has just won the lottery? Well, that answer to that is wealthy. Oh, yeah, I remember what I was going to tell you. Sorry about that. I can get a little distracted. Just going to tell you about the next couple shows we have. I like this tree. It looks pretty good. It looks like we're going to build a smaller tree next. So for the upcoming year, my lug has a few shows we're doing. We know, well, the Great Train Show in Salt Lake is up in the air whether we've been accepted or not. We were accepted last year and we displayed, so hopefully we'll be. We filled out the application, but we haven't received the actual invite. But last time they didn't let us know until just a couple weeks before the show. And seeing as that show's in February, it's not too late to receive the invite. But that one is in February, and that's in the Salt Lake City Fairgrounds. And like I said, we did that show last year. It was a ton of fun. I met some good people there, and I don't want to get off track, so I'm going to not share that right now. Let's see. March, we have the Hostler Show, which is in Ogden, Utah. That one's done at an old train station, and there's a small train museum with a steam engine and a couple other things. It's pretty cool. I've been there before. And then nothing in April. I can't think of anything in May. June will be 2 shows. We will be doing Ely, Nevada, which is the show that is in the backyard of well, it's not literally the backyard, but in the town of one of our members. And that will be going on. And then also in June will be the Train Manufacturers Open House at Stadler's. We did that one last year, and that was an absolute, in my opinion, an absolute success. Great show. And then nothing in July that I know of. We're trying to do a show in July, but I don't want to reveal that yet because I've never seen another Lego lug at that show. So if we get accepted to that show, that'd be awesome. And I don't want to give any competitive secrets away. But it's a great show. So, and John's saying hi to Steve. Let's see. August is always our Evanston, Wyoming show. And then October is, well, Brix Slopes is not our show, and it's an individual event, not a lug. And I went to that one last year, and so did several members of our lug. So that's a great show. And then September, sometimes there's Mock Fest by iLug, but that's kind of moved around because it's been in May, it's been in September, it's been in October. So I'll just say September because I don't know. And then October is always Idaho Falls, which happens to be one of my favorite shows. And the reason it is that I have an aunt who lives in Idaho Falls, and it's been the tradition the last 3 years that I've done that show to go out to lunch with her. And my aunt is a very cool individual. Love hanging out with her. And so, yeah, there's that show. Then that's always October. November is the Intermountain Train Expo in Layton, Utah. And December is always the Children's Gateway Discovery Museum that we just did. So, yeah, lots of shows, lots of stuff. All right, man. Well, hey, Steve, thanks for being here. Steve says, unfortunately, I have to call it tonight. Got to be up at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Definitely understand that time of day because that's the time of day I used to have to be at work at 4:30. So, yes, I understand. And, yes, it was Eastern Standard. So, but thanks, Steve, for being here. I do appreciate it, as always. Thank you. And we've got this guy here done. And this was, again, set number 40564. And I'm going to do one last set, and then I'm going to call it a night. Oh, this one's not wanting to. There it goes. And I always try to be careful. I don't want to cut myself when I open these. Lord knows I've cut myself a bazillion times with these dang knives. And the thing about a utility knife, you get cut with one of those, it stings. Oh, come on. Okay, so this one's only 100-something pieces. This should go pretty quickly. Boy, these instructions got mangled. That's going to make building fun. Okay, who's the best singer in the North Pole? And the answer is Elvis Presley. Again, I know they're dumb. But actually, my son, he would enjoy that joke because he had a roommate who really likes Elvis. So I'm going to text that one to him. And we've got the third guy. He's an old guy. I know that feeling. 6 a.m. for me. Okay, well, 6:30 a.m. Well, I'm probably only going to be on here another few minutes, and then I'm out. Okay, so those are the 3 characters. Let's get this thing built up and get the heck on out of here. Dang, all of a sudden I felt a cold draft in here. Hope nobody broke a window. I didn't hear nothing. Okay, so this is bag number 1, and that went really quick. So hopefully bag number 2 goes just about as quick. After 2 hours of live streaming and not having dinner, I'm ready to eat. Okay, so that goes like this. It's kind of hard to see which direction the chest was supposed to be on there, but got that all figured out. I'm liking this sort of bracket right here more and more. It seems like it really clenches things together here, and there we go. Okay. So got to do 2 of these. These are probably the, I was going to say side piece, but that sounds wrong. You don't ever want to be the side piece. And yeah, it is the side piece. Okay. It's the side piece of this. Well, oh my gosh, that sounds even worse. I'm going to shut up. I ain't trying to go there. Yeah, I'll just stop there. And you know something, when I was down at the Children's Gateway Museum area, I forgot about Hill Air Force Base of being next there. Now, when I used to live in Layton for this house, it was hard to forget there was Hill Air Force Base because you could hear the jets quite often, pretty much every day. And I'm not saying it's a bad sound, but I'm just saying you know it's there. You can't miss it. And this last weekend, with me being down in that area, I heard the jets fly over and brought back some memories. Okay. All right, almost there, guys. And I think I'm more excited to end this than anybody else. I'm just kidding. No, like I said, I haven't eaten yet, so I'm pretty much running on empty at this point. Okay. These instruction booklets being all folded up is messing with me a little bit more than it should. Okay. So this is coming together. It's like I said, this is the gift with purchase that just came out. In fact, I just got it yesterday, so that's how new it is. And I don't usually build my gifts with purchases, but this is for a friend at Bungster's Bricks, like I've mentioned. But I'm re-mentioning it because I know people come and go on these streams. And so in case you missed it, I got a friend who owns a independent Lego shop called Bungster's Bricks in Ogden, Utah. It's a family-owned business, and she had a guy who was supposed to do a winter village, and at last minute he pulled out. And Max needs to stop making that noise. I apologize, but him doing that stupid cry is annoying as ever. Anyway, that's what I'm doing this for. Doing it to help out. I'll be going down to that area tomorrow. That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay. I like how they put the seat in here using the modified plate with the pin on the bottom. That's pretty cool. Okay, so okay, so now we can do this. And then we can remove okay, ladies and gents, we're done with the building the sets. I think we did a total of 6. Yes, we did. So, oh, got some Lego pieces. No, we did 7. Excuse me. So we did the Winter Carriage, and that's set 40603. This Elf one is 40564. Santa's Workshop 40565. And then Holiday Train. This is an older one, 2017, I believe. 40262. Or was it this one? This was 2015. 40138. The Christmas Penguin, 40498. And then 40107. All right, guys, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on all notifications, leave me a comment below. And if you want to support the channel, I have a Bricklink store. You can buy pieces for your builds, and I ship within 24 business hours in most cases. So if you need something, head there first. There will be a link in the description when I'm done here. I'm going to put that in there. All right, guys, be good to each other. Stay safe out there, and I will catch you on my next video or live stream.